you're in either the large icon or the small icon view, you'll see devices and printers listed. Indeed, in Windows 7, devices and printers will also appear in the control panel, so you can access it there too. Let's begin by looking at the devices and printers panel in more detail then. And we're looking at it here in Windows 8.1, though it's identical in Windows 7 and operates in an identical way. Now you'll see here the devices are in collapsible groups, so you can work with just the one type of device you want to, should you wish. Also, the same as any other File Explorer window, you can change the look and feel of it. Now in the toolbar here, you'll see there are two buttons, Add a Device and Add a Printer. Let's start with Add a Device. Now this is a sort of simplified version of the Add a Device option in the main device manager, and what it will do is it will search for devices that are already accessible to your PC, such as those attached via USB or Thunderbolt, or those available over a wired or a Wi-Fi network. If it can find any devices, then they will appear here. And if it can't find the devices, you will then need to go into the device manager to add them. If you click the not finding what you're looking for link here, this will just open a Windows help and support window to give you more help and assistance information. So if you want to add a hardware device that's not a printer and it doesn't appear here, you will need to do it in the device manager, and we'll look at this later on in this module. So let's have a look at how we manage devices within the Devices and Printers panel. And the options available to you will vary depending on the type of device that you are working with. If you click on a device, the options will change on the toolbar that runs along the top of the screen. So you can see here, I've got a remove device option for this monitor, or if I click on this drive here, I have a browse files drop down, I have an eject drop down. If I click on this multimedia device, I have a remove device button. If I click on the fax, I can see what's printing. Open print server properties or remove the device, and the same for the printer as well. If you right click on a device, then the options will be contextual as well. So here I can change the display settings, and that will open the standard display settings panel that you'll get from the control panel. I can remove the device, I can troubleshoot it, more on that in a bit, or I can look at its properties, and the properties here will tell you more information about the device, including details about its drivers if applicable. So here I click on this drive, and there are many options here to browse files, to eject, and you'll see that because this is the main PC drive we've clicked on here, other control panel options such as network, keyboard, mouse and region appear to us, and these are just links through to the standard settings in the control panel. So if you find the control panel a little intimidating, or if a user does, they can get many of the options they want directly here instead. If we right click on a printer, then our options are to open the printer, and we'll have a look at that in a sec, see what's printing, set or uncheck something as a default printer, change the printing preferences or properties, which again is something we'll look at, and how to remove and troubleshoot a device. Let's open this printer. Now, many devices in Windows 7 and Windows 8 come with their own page. And here we can see this page customized for this printer by HP that can give us more information about the printer itself. And it's not just printers that can have these pages, phones and MP3 players and lots of other types of device can have their own customizable page as well. And back in the Devices and Printers panel, where if you right click on it, you've got various options such as preferences and properties. Here you've got those options as well, such as customize your printer and set your preferences, but there can be different options here as well, such as a remote control here, so I can actually print to this printer from my smartphone. And you can get additional options such as links direct through to the manufacturer store to buy ink or other consumables, and there are lots of potential, but the options will vary from one device and one manufacturer to another. So let's go back into devices and printers, and we'll have another look. So we right click, and I mentioned troubleshoot. Let's say a device is causing you hassle, then you click troubleshoot and it will open the automatic troubleshooter, and it will try and find a solution to why that device isn't working. And if it finds what it thinks is a fix, and bearing in mind these automatic troubleshooters, what they will do is they will reset a device to its default state, and that's how they will fix it. So if you're happy with the fix, then you can click apply, and if it works, that's great. If it doesn't, we'll look at device troubleshooting in more depth later in this module. Lastly, we can remove devices here, and you'll see there's a remove device option. Yes, we want to remove this device, and you'll see that the other printer has now been set as the default.